That's why we decided to take this extraordinary move. There's no question that Guzman is public enemy number one.
Chicago, America's third largest city, with almost 800,000 Hispanics, it's a stronghold to the shadow known as El Chapo.
Here in Chicago, Chapo's really taken a hold because it is a foothold through the Midwest. But most importantly, we may have here the fourth or fifth largest Mexican population outside of Mexico. It allows Chapo's organized crime surrogates, quite frankly, to hide amongst tens of thousands of hardworking, law-abiding Mexican Americans.
In the 1930s, Al Capone was Chicago's public enemy number one. Today, that title is held by El Chapo, a man who has never set foot in this city.
Guzman is by far the greater threat to the citizens of this community and the United States.
This drug kingpin declared in 2006 that he wanted to make Chicago his distribution center, and he did. With the help of two of the most powerful gangs, the Latin Kings and the Gangster Disciples, he controls 80% of the heroin, cocaine, marijuana, and methamphetamine that floods Chicago, netting him at least $3 billion a year.
Primarily, the largest, most violent gang in the city is the Gangster Disciples. They are the ones, for the most part, along with the Latin Kings, that control the movement of heroin on the streets of Chicago. Approximately 100,000 documented street gang members.
Chicago, the Midwest, and border cities have all been heavily tapped by the Sinaloa cartel, El Chapo's criminal organization.
Arizona is one of the busiest areas for drug trafficking along the U.S.-Mexico border. Tucson Border Patrol sector accounts for 49% of the seizures along the southwest border when it comes to marijuana.
But his reach is even bigger.
The Sinaloa cartel doesn't only control the Arizona southwest border. They also have the wholesale contacts of Colombian cocaine, because they also control the passageways from Colombia into the United States via Guatemala, because the drugs come in through those states as well, by air, by boat, and by land transit.
The purpose of the transnational criminal organizations, it's profit. It's getting the product from point A to point B, whether that's narcotics or whether that's people. It's just getting the product from point A to point B.
There is not, right now, a more significant, powerful trafficker than Chapo. He makes Al Capone, John Gotti look like Boy Scouts.
To many, El Chapo is a folk hero, a cultural icon followed by thousands. Songs praising his lifestyle are popular on both sides of the border.
All I wanna be is El Chapo. $3 billion in pesos.
This team of investigative reporters from Univision spent months digging into his life to unravel the true El Chapo and to understand how a man who appears to be everywhere remains so elusive.
El Chapo is everywhere, and they're not embarrassed or shy about saying, no, no, no. This is not Chapo, the narco trafficker, drug kingpin. This is El Chapo, our friend, and why are you here?
He could be a colorful guy, but we shouldn't forget that he's a very violent guy.
To see all this chaos and all this destruction and death and come from this one guy, you go, oh my God.
I mean, he's everywhere, so we could go everywhere and do a story about El Chapo.
When we come back, the Univision team takes us into the heart of El Chapo country in Mexico, to the capital of his worldwide drug empire.